Yep, this is the video. You just clicked on a video comparing Mario games to burger places. However, why the hell are we here and what's the context? Well, this February, I went on a ski trip to Montana with my family, and while I was there, I got in a horrible snowboarding accident where I broke my collarbone in 3 places. I had to get toboggan down the mountain to an ambulance and race to the emergency room, where they told me I would need surgery to repair my shattered clavicle. In the days leading up to my surgery, I was in severe pain and basically nothing made me feel joy. I was so mad at myself for getting injured, and my loss of independence and autonomy felt debilitating. However, during this time of uncertainty and pain, one thing that made me feel like myself was sitting in a call with the rest of the Switch Shop crew, brainstorming videos and just chopping it up. I didn't feel alone, and I felt like I could be myself whether or not I could use my left arm. During one late night call when I was in severe pain and couldn't fall asleep, me and the boys cooked up this insane script comparing Mario games to burger places. I will say I was on a lot of painkillers, so I have no clue if my logic still holds up months later, but I thought I'd record this video and send it out to the world because it was a fun moment in a dark time, and I think you all will enjoy it. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is Super Mario games as burger places. Super Mario NES, Backyard Barbecue. This is your dad's classic burger. Whether or not it's good or not doesn't really matter. Back before McDonald's and Burger King roamed the earth, the hills of Hamburg invented the classic backyard barbecue burger. It revolutionized sandwiches forever, opting for a greasy patty between 2 sesame seed buns. Similar to Super Mario Bros. NES, it is a precipice for which the world of burgers originates. You could say it's the big bang of burger kind, as every burger shop owner first starts as a backyard burger aficionado. Mario games, no matter how long after Miyamoto placed that first Goomba in 1-1, follow the same formula, changing things up slightly to make themselves their own. This game doesn't have a special sauce to call its own, but what it lacks in creativity, it holds in longevity and impact. Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. The secret menu. The lost levels are no doubt the weird secret menus found at fast food places. They're cool the first time you find out about them and try them out, but after the first few times, the novelty wears off and you're left asking yourself, is this even that good? They're usually too weird for anyone to appreciate beyond the simple, that's pretty neat. Super Mario Bros. 2. Impossible Burger. Super Mario Bros. 2 is that vegan burger option that you try and leaves you asking, is that even a burger? You can't jump on the enemies to kill them, you pull vegetables out of the ground, and even have vertically based levels. It looks like a burger, calls itself a burger, and sometimes tastes like a burger, but it's just one of those food items that leaves you wishing you just ordered a salad. Super Mario Bros. 3. Whataburger. Back in the day, Whataburger was touted as one of the greatest burger joints in this country. You saw those orange and white roofs from a mile away and you knew exactly what you're getting yourself into. Heart-pounding, juicy, savory burgers of goodness. However, in recent years, the quality has gone way down. Theories suggest why, including new management and lower quality ingredients, but if I'm being honest, I think it's their inability to keep up with the times. The restaurants are stuck in the past and have yet to innovate past what they were and instead fall back on their past accomplishments. In comparison, Super Mario Bros. 3 for many years was touted as one of the greatest 2D Mario games of all time. However, in the decades that have gone by, the quality has been tested, and while it is still a technical achievement for NES hardware, it has no place in the Mario Mount Rushmore that it once had. It's a fun novelty to go back and take a look at, but you shouldn't be making a regular appearance at the doors of Mario 3 anytime soon. Super Mario Land. Chum Bucket. Super Mario Land sucks, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's some subversive masterpiece or an innovative breakthrough just because it was the first handheld Mario game. It's a bad imitation of a Mario game, just like how the Chum Bucket is a bad imitation of the Krusty Krab. You're better off drawing a picture of Mario and shaking it around than playing this hunk of hot garbage.
Oh shit.
Super Mario World. Your local burger place. The sign outside says it's been around since 1990, and still, in those 35 years, the quality is just as high as the day it opened. The local burger place isn't flashy, it may even be hard to get to, but when someone asks you what your favorite burger is, you say this place. You only go there a few times a year because, if we're being honest, it's not practical being a regular here, but it sits there year after year just becoming better and more impressive. Super Mario World is the peak of classic 2D Mario. After this game, everything changes. The jump from 2D to 3D matches the same change from local spots to chains, but that doesn't affect this game. From the Cape Feather to the secret exits to the introduction of Yoshi, there's so much charm to this world that while you could just go play Wonder, sometimes going back to your roots and playing this game is just the thing to scratch your burger itch. Mario itch. Super Mario Land 2, convection oven sliders. You know those frozen convection oven sliders that you just toss in the oven when you're lazy and have nothing better to eat? Yeah, those. All signs point to it being a steaming pile of garbage. But yet, always when you least expect it, they sneak up on you. These convection oven sliders hit you right in the mouth with some of the most delicious tasting food you've ever eaten. And that's not hyperbole.
It was perfect.
For those 4 minutes of chowing down on these sliders, you contemplate everything you know about burgers. And for a split moment, you think about changing your diet forever, only to come back to earth the next time you make them, realize, oh, wait, these are just some frozen sliders. Similarly, Super Mario Land 2 shouldn't be good. After playing Super Mario Land for all of 2 minutes before learning it was a repulsing mockery of a Mario game, I thought for sure Super Mario Land 2 would just be more of the same. And while I won't go as far to say that it's life-changing, once in a blue moon, you'll find yourself curious enough to play Super Mario Land 2. It may not hit at first, maybe not hit at second, or maybe even third, but eventually, you might too convince yourself that it's a masterpiece. In that case, go outside, breathe some oxygen, and go back to playing Mario Odyssey. This game is not a masterpiece, but it's not that bad. Super Mario 64, McDonald's. The quintessential fast food burger. McDonald's has cemented itself as the cornerstone establishment of taste and efficiency. While you might never know whether the burger you're eating is made of real beef or not, you can go back there anytime you want to get a classic burger that, while not the highest quality, is always a McDonald's burger. No matter which restaurant or which year, the taste never changes. The Big Mac and fries will never cease to be exactly as they've been for decades. Everyone knows it, it's loved by many and hated by many as well, but everybody, no matter their background, at some point in their lives has had a McDonald's burger. Super Mario 64 is not a perfect game. It's far from it, but what it is consistent. When you go play Mario 64, it's exactly what you expect it to be, Super Mario 64. Nobody goes to McDonald's expecting a gourmet burger, and nobody goes to Super Mario 64 expecting a subversive masterpiece. McDonald's has a good burger, and Super Mario 64 is a good game. The expectations are tame, and therefore you can enjoy both for what they are. Good, simple fun. Super Mario Sunshine, Burger King. If there's one thing Burger King is known for, it's being compared to McDonald's. And you know what? There are some Burger King defenders, and for good reason. The Whopper, while inconsistent, is a generally pretty good burger. And the gimmick items like chicken fries and Cinnaminis are some of the most innovative and delicious items to cross fast food menus. But like I said, Burger King, for as good as it can be, is way too inconsistent. I swear, they let anyone manage a Burger King. One location can be run like the Navy, while another is run by a 19-year-old kid named Quinn that asks you, hey, can you pull up for a second? Your food will be right out. And then it comes out like 20 minutes later when you get your cold Whopper and Coke. It makes no sense. I don't understand it. Mario Sunshine, when it's good, is my favorite Mario game. Delfino Plaza is my favorite hub world. Flood, while a little controversial, personally is my favorite Mario gimmick besides Cappy, and the island aesthetic of this game is just so fun. But that's where the fun stops. The game is so buggy in some parts, and it really shows that they rushed through the quality control and cut corners at many moments in time. Do I think people who say it's the worst Mario game are crazy? Yeah. But can I also see that it is a very flawed game in a way that stops it from living up to the comparison of its older brother Mario 64? For sure. New Super Mario Bros. Carl's Jr. This is a super nostalgic place for a lot of people. The gold star represents a simplistic return to form for burgers. In the grand scheme of things, they're nothing special. A Carl's Jr. burger is one you get out of necessity, not want. But on the rare itch that you're craving one, they're always there for you, as long as you're on the West Coast. This game felt refreshing at the time, but looking back on it, you feel bloated and unsatisfied with your purchase. Sure, the Mega Mushroom was cool at first, but in hindsight, it's just a glorified cutscene. Nothing about this game makes it stand out from the rest of the new Soup series, and feels more like eating slop than anything of substance. Super Mario Galaxy, In and Out. So here's the thing. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like Super Mario Galaxy is a bad game. Like, Are you stupid? This game's music, story, direction are some of the most stunning and awe-inspiring in a Mario game to date. But if I wanted all of that, I would just go watch a movie. Galaxy, In-N-Out, they're damn good, but if we're being objective here, they are highly overrated. In-N-Out stands out for its simplistic and old-school aesthetic. They only have 3 things on their menu, and what they do right, they do really right. Great shakes, solid burgers, and killer sauce. But the fries? The staple sidekick of any great burger place? Mid? Not even mid, bad. If they aren't eaten immediately out of the fryer, you're stuck with a soggy fry that tastes more like packing peanuts than the fresh potatoes they so boisterously claim on their packaging. Galaxy, even with its bombastic full orchestra, can't hide the subpar meat and especially potatoes of what it means to be a Mario game. The movement is slow, the level design is boring, even the power-ups, which are supposed to shake up the experience, don't do enough to make this game live up to the hype that's so ingrained in all of our minds. The idealistic California summer day of eating a fresh In-N-Out burger mirror the same images Galaxy fans see when they take flight in Gusty Garden Galaxy. It insists upon itself, and in doing so, can't live up to the brushstrokes painted in our nostalgic minds. In-N-Out and Galaxy are great, but they are highly overrated and barred from living up to anyone's expectations. They're fast food burgers and 3D platformers all the same. Not art, not transcendent. They are good, but good when preached as great is a recipe for disappointment. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Checkers. Checkers swoops in, offering another run-of-the-mill burger, ready to satisfy your burger needs. However, have you or a loved one ever wished you could both go through the drive-thru at the same time? Well, lucky for you, you came to the right place. Checkers has 2 drive-thrus, offering a prime multiplayer burger experience. New Super Mario Bros. Wii is a popular Mario game. It was on the Wii of all consoles. If you're over the age of 20 watching this video, I'm sure 90% of you have played this game. However, that's all it has going for it. Just how like Checkers seems to be off the exits of every major American highway, New Super Mario Bros. Wii was successful just because it was on the Wii and nothing else. In no way is it better than any other Mario game. It's average and only succeeded due to its proximity to gamers. Super Mario Galaxy 2. Wendy's. Wendy's is not a quality restaurant. It's one of those places where you want nothing to do with its dining area. Visually, it's a gross and depressing shithole with no soul in sight. However, if you get over yourself and actually eat their damn food, you're gonna have crazy whiplash. The Baconator, Dave Single, or even the Big Bacon Classic Triple. Actually, I take back the Big Bacon Classic Triple. That's a sadistic burger for the sake of being sadistic. However, the food here is actually pretty high quality. Is it healthy? Hell no. My Wendy's near me isn't allowed to sell Baconators because it's on hospital property. But the food itself is godlike. It's the perfect place for a late night snack run with the boys. Comparing Galaxy 2 to Galaxy is always so funny because you finally see where people's priorities stand. If someone prefers aesthetics, environment, aura, that kind of person likes Galaxy. However, if they're a gamer who's been to the tattered edges of Grandmaster Galaxy and care deeply about game design and great power-ups, they will always lean Galaxy 2. Function over form is the name of the game here. Galaxy 2 and Wendy's represent that to a T. Super Mario 3D Land. White Castle. Now, if we're talking real nights out, you know, the ones where you wake up not remembering what power-ups you took last night, White Castle's your place. White Castle's such a unique monolith for the burger community, the fast food king of sliders. White Castle's the handheld grab and go, eat as much as you like or as little as you like kind of burger junction. White Castle sliders can be eaten in 2 or 3 bites, so if you're feeling like Super Mario, you're gonna need at least a few of these things. And if you're with friends, you might as well get the Crave case at that point. And if you're getting the Crave case, you might as well also get some chicken rings for the road, because you never know when hunger might strike. At that point, you've consumed so much White Castle that it's consumed you. Hunger by 1,000 cuts, 1 slider, 1 case, 1 chicken ring at a time. Super Mario 3D Land embodies White Castle's philosophy of short bursts of dopamine in succession designed directly to keep you satisfied on the go. With no other burger can you fit it in your pocket like a White Castle slider. With no other burger can you eat it in one hand and also eat another one while texting in the same hand at the same time, and then also hold another one in your original hand while you dip the other one in the sauce. No other burger offers this much versatility and portable innovation like the White Castle slider. It might not be the highest quality burger on the market, but what you get is a tiny slider that packs a big punch. New Super Mario Bros. 2. Hardee's. This is a super nostalgic place for a lot of people. The gold star represents a simplistic return to form for burgers. In the grand scheme of things, they're nothing special. A Hardee's burger is one you get out of necessity, not want. But on the rare itch that you're craving one, they're always there for you, as long as you're on the East Coast. This game felt cool at the time, but looking back, you feel bored and unsatisfied with your purchase. Sure, the abundance of coins was cool at first, but in hindsight, it's just a boring gimmick. Nothing about this game makes it stand out from the rest of the New Soup series. It feels more like eating slop than anything of substance. New Super Mario Bros. U. Rallies. Rallies swoops in offering another run-of-the-mill burger ready to satisfy your burger needs. However, have you or a loved one ever wished that you could both go through the drive-thru at the same time? Well, lucky for you, you came to the right place. Rallies has 2 drive-thrus offering a prime multiplayer burger experience. New Super Mario Bros. U has a much smaller player base than New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but maybe, just maybe, is better than New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Exhibit A, take a look at this level. Rallies has a much smaller restaurant count across the country, but from the very few times I've eaten there, I've never been disappointed. It's probably just the placebo because we don't have Rallies in Florida, but I will say they were quite tasty and more enjoyable than any Checkers I've ever had. Super Mario 3D World. Chili's. Chili's might not seem like a true burger place, but it's a restaurant whose main menu item is a burger. If that doesn't make it a burger place, then I guess that means I'm not a burger tuber. Chili's is fire. It's got a pretty standard atmosphere, standard menu, and fun ways to switch it up like the Triple Dipper. The food is relatively well made and priced reasonably, at least in this economy. The only issue is you don't really want to come here by yourself. Like, there's nothing wrong with going to Chili's by yourself, but it's a much better experience with others. 3D World is that underrated game that got overlooked for years for being too standard and too much of a safe option for the Mario series at the time. However, in retrospect, it's Mario at its best. Some of the best power-ups in the series, some of the most iconic levels ever, and by far and away, the best multiplayer experience you can find in a Mario platformer to date comes from this game. The game might be lacking in creativity or gimmicks, but what it has going for it is a battle-tested menu of Mario challenges and good times with your friends that you'll no doubt look fondly back on years down the line. Super Mario Odyssey. Five Guys. You wanted a burger place, you got yourself a burger place. Five Guys is the pie-in-the-sky, platonic, idealistic, fast-casual burger place of all burger places. Imagine a burger place in your mind. It looked like Five Guys, right? If you didn't visualize Five Guys, you cheated, and try again until you see Five Guys. Five Guys is the place where burgers and fries happen. Just like their website says, burgers and fries since '85. It actually says '86, but you know, burgers and fries since '85 rhymes, and also Mario came out in '85, you didn't get that, so I don't know. However, Five Guys does burgers right. You wanted a burger, that's why you came to Five Guys. Guess what you're getting? A burger. Or a hot dog, but if you're getting a hot dog, what's wrong with you? Stick to burgers, trust me, they're way better. Five Guys makes burgers, and their burgers are what you want them to be. Good and juicy. None of that stupid brioche bun, 2 guys with a dream nonsense. This is Five Guys, and these Five Guys didn't have a dream. They had a mission. Burgers and fries done the burger way. So how does this compare to Super Mario Odyssey? Odyssey was the return-to-form Mario game following what some call the boring era of Mario. Super Mario Odyssey came in and bonked Mario back into the golden age with the most Mario game to date. Odyssey, while weird and odd at times, captures, get it, that old-school Mario charm and brings it into the modern age. Sure, can it be bloated at times and be a little too full? Sure, but so will you after eating a Five Guys burger. However, you'll still be crawling back the next time you want to play Mario or eat a burger. Why? Because they're convenient and they're damn good. And no, we're not getting Five Guys 2 anytime soon. Stop asking, we're not making any videos on Five Guys 2. Bowser's Fury, food truck. Bowser's Fury is that food truck in the parking lot of another restaurant. The other restaurant doesn't mind because it actually helps bring in more customers. The burgers here are actually surprisingly good. You wouldn't expect it out of this tiny little truck, but they hit hard. There's not a ton of options. They do have a tiny kitchen to be fair, but everything they do serve is high quality. Some wouldn't call it a burger place, but if someone asked me where the best burger place in town was, I wouldn't be remiss to give this truck a mention. Super Mario Wonder. The Krusty Krab. These tasty burgers are something of a myth. However, didn't they fail a health inspection? And wait, isn't that a workers' comp case right there? And there's no way this is acceptable. Is this place any good, or does it just have good PR? Well, let's take a look at its Mario comparison, Super Mario Wonder. It's not popular to hate on Super Mario Wonder, but that doesn't mean there aren't things that deserve hate. Firstly, the level design of some of these levels is just terrible. They rely heavily on badges to make them interesting in the first place, but were also designed so they could be beaten without badges. It doesn't seem like a lot of thought was put into many of these levels, and it leaves a bad pickle taste in my mouth. I don't deny that Wonder Seeds are super cool and unique, but it makes every level feel like less of a staple of game design and more like a loot box waiting to see what new gimmick lies ahead. All this to say, I enjoy this game, but if it weren't for the secret sauce of the Wonder effects, this game would be much more of a hot mess than you realize. But I guess you guys aren't ready for that discussion yet. That's every mainline Mario game as a burger place. Very odd video, but if you enjoyed it, feel free to give your own burger comparisons in the comments below. Also, thanks to everybody on the Switch Shop crew for letting me do this video. I think this was really fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and could feel the passion in this video. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.